unless it's in my old emails, like my work emails, but I don't have access to them anymore. I don't think that I can.
She would normally send it out. And I didn't see
So
it.
we're live, guys.
Okay, do we have Sarah on?
Yeah, Sarah's here. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. I'm just going to share the agenda. If you just give me a minute. Okay, can everybody see that? Okay, great.
If I take off my glasses.
Okay.
I got it down here.
Okay.
I will call this meeting to order at 9:03 a.m. We respectfully acknowledge that the Township of Cavan Monaghan is located on the Treaty 20 Michisagi territory in the traditional territory of the Michisagi Anishinaabe. We offer our gratitude to First Nations for their care and teachings about these lands. May we honor these teachings. Now, approval of the agenda. I just want to introduce today Melissa. I'm sorry, I don't know your last name.
Austin.
Yeah. And Melissa will be replacing Zach at his place of employment. And we're hoping that she will join our board of management in due course. I also want to bring to our attention that under the item of correspondence, I do have a letter of resignation of Zach Thibodeau. And we'll be discussing that at the end of our meeting and finding an interim treasurer amongst us. So we'll carry on now with a motion for approval of the agenda.
Motion.
And we'll look for a seconder on Kim. And Sarah's recording.
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. Disclosure of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof. Does anyone need to declare?
We need a vote. We need a final vote on the agenda. We've got a mover and a seconder. We just need a vote.
Motion carried.
Okay. Motion carried on the approval of the agenda, and no pecuniary interest, no closed session, no delegations. Now we're at minutes of the meeting of October 2025, which are before us now. Okay, does anyone want to make a motion to approve the minutes of the October meeting? That would be Zach. Kim, second. All in favor? Okay, and then moving on to the next item, which is business arising from the minutes. I don't think we have anything there. Reports and treasury report. Is Zach, you're up?
Right. I don't know what Brandon Bridge is, so I'll have to get it kind of scroll.
Yeah.
So opening balance for October 1st, 2025 was $65,344.65. A huge number of checks cleared in October, mostly pertaining to the fall festival, but there was some mixed in items in there, decorating committee, et cetera, for a closing balance on October 31st of $57,246.04. And then a few checks going out this month. So we've got Earl Cochran, who is the team of horses for the Christmas in the Village. We've got the Peterborough Police, which was a fall festival expense that we didn't have for last month. Millbrook PC is just some general advertising items. Ryan is Get Your Spook On reimbursement, that's going under the advertising budget. OBIAA, now there is an adjustment to the, price of this one, because there was some confusion with the invoice from Obia.
So we need to make an amendment to the treasury report
To the
there.
treasury report, so the OBIAA should be $299.45. So that was, right from them, I had to call and get it sorted out, because their invoice wasn't making a ton of sense. And then the last check going out is, Nexicom for the email hosting, which is, the president and treasurer, emails through Nexicom.
Zach,
Yeah.
can you just repeat the amount of the OBIA, the corrected amount?
Yeah, you bet. $299.45.
Perfect, thank you.
You bet.
We got down to the closing balance.
Yeah, I had that was above the requisitions.
Right, okay. So, before we do new check, we make a motion, I'm asking for two different motions here. One to approve the treasury report as amended.
Sure, I can do that.
So Kim,
Okay.
Kim,
Yeah, Kim.
Sorry, the treasury report isn't amended, it's a check requisition.
Check requisitions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do two different motions here. One to approve the treasury report and a second one to approve the check requisitions as amended.
I'm fine to do that.
Just
Yeah.
so there's no, it's,
so Kim's moving
I can move both.
the treasury report.
okay.
Yeah.
I will second.
Okay, motion carried. Okay,
All
and then
in.
your second one.
Okay. Kim, do you want to do the second motion?
Yep.
So you know what that is, Sarah? That's for the check requisitions as amended with respect to the check to OBIAA.
Yep.
And then I will make that motion, or you will make the motion, Kim, and I will second. And then all in favor? Okay, great. When we talk about the budget for 2026, we will do that under the AGM. If that's okay with you, Zach?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because that's the purpose of taking, we'll be making a motion to take the budget to the AGM.
Yeah.
Okay, that allows us to move on to general business, decorating committee update. Ryan's not here for that. I'm not aware of anything that we need to talk about. My only question is, was there, and this would be a question for Zach, was there a anything from, I forget her name, I'm
Lori.
sorry, Lori,
Yeah.
regarding the greenery, that we have our greenery in place?
Yeah, so they have a invoice that she brought to me last week, so it was well beyond when we were able to get checks in to Corey.
Okay,
So I suggested her to, because she had some others that were kind of trickling in, to bring them for next month.
for December.
For payment, yeah.
Do you have the quantum of the greenery bill?
I did see it, I don't
Did-
remember the exact price, it was $1,000.
About $1,000. Okay.
It, don't quote me on that, that's
Yeah,
what it's in.
I understand. Okay, so we'll have a decorating committee report next month, and we'll have a check requisition for that.
Yeah, there'll be probably a couple from what my
Okay,
conversation with Lori was.
okay. Then marketing committee update. The marketing committee update is that Bridget and Kim and I had a meeting yesterday morning, and it was around Christmas in the village. So there's really nothing to report until we talk about Christmas in the village. And then that moves us down to events.
Well, could I talk
Yeah.
about the Holiday Magic Passport Program?
Was that not on us? That was to be a separate. Yeah, let's talk about that because I don't see it as a separate
Nope.
item on here. So
Okay.
that, yes, let's talk about that.
So we partnered with the county of Peterborough on a Driftscape program, which allows us to run different, you can do scavenger hunts, you can do passport programs, just different rewards programs. So we worked with them to implement a holiday magic program. Businesses would register. I send an email out to the BIA membership that they could sign up. As part of the registration, you have to provide a $25 gift certificate, and it's just open-ended. And that's it. You put a little summary of your business on the app. It is an app that is either web-based or digital or phone-based. So you can download the app onto your phone, or you can just access the website through a QR code. So businesses or patrons to a participating business can go in. If they don't have to purchase something, the app will recognize that they're actually in the business. They don't have to purchase something, but we do kind of suggest to businesses that they have to the business has to provide a password in order for them to be able to collect the points. So one of my recommendations was that you may not want to give the password unless they buy something, but that is up to the business owner. So they would go in, they would collect a point. There was 1 point per business, and they can go in multiple times during the week, but I don't think it can collect more than 1 per day at a participating business. So when each of the customers reach 10 points, they can redeem those 10 points for a ballot for a weekly draw, which is where the $25 gift certificates come into play. So somebody could win a gift certificate. It's communities in Peterborough County. So all of the 8 member townships, not all of them have enough businesses to participate, but we have Selwyn, we have North Kawartha, we have Havelock, I think Norwood, ourselves. So as part of Selwyn, I think you have Lakefield and Bridgenorth. So you could get somebody from Apsley who wins a gift certificate to the Mercantile or to Moody's, and they would make a trip down to cash it in. These draws are done weekly, and then at the end of the campaign, which I think is January 7th, all of the ballots would go in, and you could have a chance to win a $1,500 grand prize. So it's pretty low key. It's pretty easy to participate. You just kind of send your name and a description of the business and a picture, and then and a $25 gift certificate. So we've got 8 businesses here in in Millbrook that are participating, and more can sign up. So I am going to try and see if we can get others to register. One of the things I think Kathy had mentioned was she wanted as a BIA to purchase gift certificates from businesses and then enter them in, so people had more of a chance to win a prize from Millbrook. You can definitely do that. I would suggest, Sarah had reached out to me yesterday from the County of Peterborough. They actually have a quote from Chex News, for advertising, during the news feature for about $2,300. So I would think probably promoting Christmas in the Village. And then as part of that, the rewards program, they've set it up that anybody shopping in Millbrook, on the day of Christmas in the Village, if they go into a participating store, they get double the points. So you may want to spend the money on advertising as opposed to gift certificates, but that's for your discussion and decision. Does anybody have any questions? Okay.
So I too have had conversations with Sarah Budd at the county. And I just think that this is an excellent way to promote our downtown and would like to, my original thought was to buy $500 worth of gift certificates. We have 22 eligible businesses, and more than the 8 that we have now would be, I've talked to them, would be willing to sign up. I think the issue for those who didn't sign up was that they didn't understand how the program would work. So if I can get more to sign up, then I would, I'm proposing that we spend up to $500 for 20 gift certificates. And I think the recommendation is only from those businesses that have registered. The more the better. The app is identifying right now the 8 businesses who have already signed up. That's promotion in itself. Because anybody that is looking at the app, whether or not they come down and cash in a gift certificate, there's promotion there just because the app is identifying where the business is and what it offers. If it's not too late, you don't know yet, for other businesses to sign up.
No, I said they can sign
They
up.
can, okay, is there a deadline?
I don't believe so. I think they can. It's just,
Jump on anytime?
yeah, they can jump on anytime.
Okay,
Mhm.
so for the businesses that have already signed up, to be fair to everyone, I would purchase through BIA marketing budget dollars 2025, because I believe we've got lots of money sitting there because our marketing committee died and didn't spend as originally anticipated. I would buy from those 8 businesses, and I would put this on my own credit card and get reimbursed in December, as well as the other businesses that would sign up. So the other businesses that would sign up would also have to give a gift certificate to the program. Does anybody have any questions for that proposal before I ask? I'm going to make a motion. But really we should have discussion before I make that motion. No discussion?
Do you think you would get a little bit more value out of like advertising as opposed to, I mean, when you're watching the news, you see tons of advertising for the Christmas events that are going on around
Would
the
that
county?
$2,300 be our investment? Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
a huge-
that's a little high, yeah.
you got a lot of money.
That's been the conversation I think we've had over and over, but I think the hard part is when we look at our year-over-year budget, we're dipping into whatever we want to call it, the reserve funds. For, 5 figures pretty much last year's budget and this year's budget, so eventually that's gonna run out, so. I think that's been kind of a little bit of the concern, yeah.
We also, at a previous marketing meeting, talked about radio advertising.
Mhm.
That would have cost us a sum less than that.
Mhm.
And we were presented with, it was oldies radio actually, with a package deal, and we voted it down. We didn't.
Okay.
We didn't feel that the radio advertising would benefit us. We might be wrong about that, but I think the issue is $2,300 is beyond what is left in the marketing budget. And so we would definitely be dipping into the surplus funds. And I would rather spend the $500. Does anyone else have a? You on that?
Yeah,
I think yours is that we don't have the funds to do that within our budget, so it would be pulling it out of surplus. And I think we have to pull, I think when we get to talking about Christmas in the Village, we're already talking about pulling money from surplus to cover that.
Yeah.
And Kim's saying yes. So we got $500, but we don't have $2,300 unless we go to surplus.
yeah,
And we don't have Ryan here to discuss this, so
yeah, it is kind of, I don't know.
he
It'll be
was one
really
of the ones against the radio, I think, if I recall.
He was the biggest voice behind, not to me, for
Yeah.
sure.
Might be different if it was checks, but oldies radio was not.
Yeah.
And that was $700. And I don't think Christmas in the Village needs a lot of promotion. I think it's well attended every year. There's no issue with promoting it. I think that if we're doing a radio promotion or TV promotion, it should be around downtown Millbrook shopping. Like,
That was
yeah,
literally the next words that were.
Yeah. Sarah, do you have anything to add?
No,
No?
no, I don't have anything to add. I mean, I think we all know that our budget, we don't have the big money coming in anymore. So over the next years going forward, we're gonna have to eat into the reserves, no matter what we do.
Right. Which is not a problem, except that when the reserve runs out, then we don't have enough money from the levy to cover. Then now we're getting into a budget conversation.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make the motion that we spend up to $500 on gift certificates from businesses that are participating in the Holiday Magic Digital Passport Program.
Okay.
Do I have a seconder?
Yeah,
Yep, I can second it.
Okay, we got Zach seconding already, I think.
I'll be in, I think Kim's second, but
Okay.
I'll be in favor.
Okay.
We need to vote, so.
Are we all in favor?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep,
Okay.
okay,
So when you get the gift certificates, if you could bring them to me, that would be great.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and otherwise, the participating businesses have already handed them to either to
Yes,
you or
have.
directly to Sarah Budd?
Yeah,
Okay.
they have.
All right, and we do get double points. I mean, the shoppers will get double points on Christmas in the Village. We'll find a way to promote that. We can do that on our own. Can I get a digital copy of this?
I don't have a digital copy yet. They haven't released the comms kits yet, but as soon as I,
We'll talk,
Yep.
we'll deal with it later.
yep,
Thank you,
Yep.
Bridget.
no problem.
Okay. So, then where are we? I gotta put glasses on to see here and then I take them off to see up there. Marketing, so that was under marketing committee. We dealt with that. Thought this was gonna be a separate item. Now we don't have to deal with it. It's a separate item. Now, events, fall festival wrap up. Basically, what I'm looking for there, we can't do again unless Zach has a general idea of it. Just the financial aspect of it, where we were.
Yeah, I do apologize, I don't have the numbers right directly.
Right, and we don't have the updated actual to budget report for the end of October, so
Correct, yeah,
Yeah.
well, assuming that they send that to us, the last check coming from that was the Peterborough Police that's going through this month, so it
Right.
should be fully up to date for next.
I think at this point in time, I won't bring this forward again to the next meeting because we're now at a budget situation, so we'll let that one go and get your spook on wrap up. My only suggestion there is that we revisit the budget when we get to the AGM to add a line for that event, because that seems to be an easy event to put on and doesn't cost us a lot of money, but we did motion at our last meeting to spend up to $500 on that to supplement candy to our businesses, and we did that, and that's what the check to Ryan is about. The only suggestions and feedback that we got from the businesses, this is between Sarah and I think we received this feedback, was to make a map of the participating businesses and publish it in the Millbrook Times so people knew, so
That's a good idea.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah, so that they knew where to travel, which businesses were participating, and do this well in advance of the event so that the participating businesses could receive their candy well, I don't know how much in advance, because we do have that problem. You eat your own candy if you get it too much, but at least that they would know how much they would have to do on their own. As it was, they got the candy the day before, which was wonderful. But maybe some of them ran out again, I don't know, but that was a suggestion.
So you would include it as one of these items, because you
Yeah.
just submitted draft budget.
Right, so we do have a draft budget.
GL. Or replace.
Right. So we'll further talk about that when we get to the AGM and the budget that we're putting forward. So we do have a budget as part of our package, and we'll get to that later. Christmas in the Village, that's an important one to speak about because, again, I'm mostly concerned, Kim, with just the financials. Because if we need to take money out of our surplus to cover all the costs, then I think there should be a motion to that effect.
What is the a budgeted amount in the budget right now? So I know
It was net 2,600, but 3,000 on expenses. The reason it was net is because there was an expectation that we would have some either donations or vendor booths sold.
Right. So none of that. There's no income coming in. There's no revenue coming in. That's not
Right. So we have no income, and so we're looking to know what the expectation is for the total expenses.
Yeah, it's about right now it's about 3460 to do everything. So we would have to get a motion then. I'd love to put it up to 3,700 just to have a buffer.
Yeah,
But, so that would be adding, I'm not sure if that's 1,100 extra, because if it was net 26, or if that's 700 extra. You'll have to tell me which it is.
1100
okay,
from surplus, going to get, I'm trying to just think from everybody, I think we had some income, included, because we did on the ones.
Right. right. And it may not have to come out of the surplus, it may have to, there may be room in marketing.
Yeah, I don't think we're definitely not like at 100% in all of our line items.
Yeah,
That's for certain. We just
So my
want-
motion then would be to approve at least $1,100 extra in that budget for Christmas.
Hold it. You said 3,700, Kim, because I don't know that it's exact, like I don't remember the
Yeah.
exact number, but let's say like our total spend for Christmas in the village is increased to a total of $3,700.
That's right. Yeah.
okay.
I can make the motion.
Okay,
Okay.
so the motion is hereby being made, Kim, to increase the expenses by
No,
Oh.
to 3,700.
to 3,700. Okay. And
Yeah, I can second.
second? And all in favor? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Otherwise, we did have a meeting yesterday, Kim, Bridget and I, and everything seems to be in order. Is there any questions that anybody has about the event? Okay, we've got the advertising out there. We haven't spent any money on advertising. Kim has managed to do a press release that has already gone out, which doesn't cost us any money. That's something we haven't done before, and I think that's great. Thank you, Kim, for all of the work, because I know what it's like. It's a huge amount of work, and she's basically done it all on her own.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, then we can move on to the next item on. And thank you, Bridget, too. I'm
I
sorry.
didn't really do anything. I
Yeah,
just kind of
yes, you do.
sat and drank coffee.
No, but I mean, there's lots of arrangements with township staff that are involved here, and including the road closure and so on. So moving on to our AGM, this is a topic for discussion, basically a bit around the budget, because we will, I think, between Melissa and I and Ryan Huntley, who's not here today, we will organize the event. Zach will not be in attendance at the AGM, unfortunately. But invitations have been sent out, both by email, hand delivered. And we just want to know the budget that we are presenting at that meeting, which brings us to the budget, which I would like to see a couple of changes there. We don't have it. Okay, it's up there. Take the glasses off. So the first thing I mentioned earlier was the addition of a line under events, so below the administration, for Christmas in the village. We took the car show off and added our $200 donation to the car show to the line regarding, Zach, help me out here, donations? No. That's under ladies' night.
Let's see here.
It would be under the administration?
I don't know. Legion
It was
Community Care
600
Alliance.
it went
so it's
up-
all, so those,
Legion and Community Care and Lions,
yeah, they
so,
got all funded together there.
Right.
So that would be the Poppy Fund for the Legion, the Community Care, Golf Bowl, and then.
$200 for the Lions that was routinely given for the car show.
Yeah.
And last year it was given instead for the fishing derby. So rather than have the car show as a line for our event, or our GL, take that out and add instead the,
Ventures Food Fund.
yes, to the tune of $500. Because that's what we allow this year.
600? You have 600.
The 600 has been increased to add $200 for the Lions Club.
It was 4 last year,
Yeah,
so it was 4 and to.
So you've got 600 that's split between Legion, Community Care and Lions, 200 each. Okay.
right. That's been
Okay.
increased by $200. So I would like to see a line for Get Your Spook On as an event. And add $500 there.
Right, are we doing anything for the minutes purposes with the Legion, Community Care and Lions line?
I don't know that it
I'm
necessarily.
confused.
I think it stays at 600. I think they were
Yeah.
just saying
Okay.
it increased it from 400 to 600
Yeah,
in
they-
the budget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
part of that meeting, Sarah.
Okay,
So it's 200 each.
And I believe it was Ryan's suggestion, let's take the car show off as a line and put the $200 into the Legion Community Care and Line. I forget
no,
what.
I get that, I'm just trying to figure out what I need for the minute purposes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I think it
so-
stays the same as
So
600.
we don't have to make a change to that because that's already
Okay.
in the proposed budget.
Great,
But we'd be making a line for the Get Your Spook On event,
got that,
$500 there.
okay.
And Zach, you would be able to actually amend the budget.
Yeah, it should be.
Right, we're making a motion to amend the budget, but you would be
Yep.
actually
Yeah, I
doing
should
it.
be able to.
Oh.
The only thing I won't know, I'll have to speak to, finance here about whether they need to create a new GL or what they want to do for that, but that's.
Well, they could use the GL that's previously there for the car show, yeah.
I think they have to create a
But
new,
that's
just
up
delete
to
the
them,
other.
that's up to them,
Yeah,
yeah.
they'll figure it out.
Then the other suggestion that I'm making is, at the time we had this finance meeting, Zach didn't have the actual number for the decorating committee. And then later when that one got plugged in, we were negative $650 on total BIA administration. Is that correct? So our intent at the time we had this finance meeting was to have the levy cover the administration. And events come out of surplus. So, and if we get money from sponsors or filming or whatever, then that helps with the events, but at least we should be covering the administration out of the levy. So my suggestion is that we increase the levy by $650. The alternative would be, I think, to reduce the decorating committee's budget. But they had submitted that prior, so it's, if anyone has another suggestion, that's fine, but that's my suggestion. is one of those two things, and I would prefer to increase the levy.
So just for clarification, your get the spook on increase isn't in this particular budget?
No.
Okay. So you would add it as an item that would come out of the surplus as opposed to an item that's
No.
covered by the levy?
The the negative 650, I'm suggesting be added to the levy amount.
The get your spook on though would be similar to the event.
The get
so
your
same.
spook on is under events, so that's already coming out of surplus.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying, because if you were gonna add it as an item under administration, your deficit would be more because you're adding to,
No,
it'll be an event that comes in, that'll come out of your surplus, not out of your levy. Okay,
Right.
okay,
We want to have the levy cover our administration. That seems responsible. We've already killed a number of items under the administration, including the OBIA conference mileage. Those are both zeros now. And we cut the marketing, we cut it in half from what it was last year. So it's now down to $3,500. I think it was around 69.
68 or 69.
Yeah. Zach, what do you propose for
Well,
leveling out the administration costs?
I think that in light of the fact that the levy didn't increase for so long, and I know that it did go up a bit last year, but I think that's the logical place to put it into rather than trying to cut elsewhere, because we've cut significantly, and to pare it down anymore starts to get to a point of it stops making sense, I think, at a certain point to keep cutting. So my thought is to increase the levy amount, because it's not gonna be that much of a change.
So as it was, the levy was only increasing by 2.5%.
Yeah.
This might take it up to 4% or something like that.
Yeah,
I know you're not a
Probably.
computer, it's okay.
yeah, probably closer to 5.
5,
I'm
yeah.
thinking, but yeah.
Okay. Okay, I would like to make a motion to,
do you, sorry, just to
Yeah.
interrupt, do you have like a line item that shows how much you're pulling from your
Yeah.
surplus?
yes,
Right, it should be the very last line.
$18,550,
Okay,
which hopefully wouldn't be that much if we have
vendors.
revenues
Yeah.
that we can't count on right
Right.
now.
Okay.
We played worst case scenario with this
Mhm,
budget with the
mhm,
events,
mhm.
with not having anything come in, and based on numbers from this year, especially the fall festival, like it's expensive to run it, but it is one that's awesome and brings a lot.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
but this is kind of playing worst case. A little bit on those, so.
Okay, again, I'll make a motion to increase the levy line by $650 and add a line for Get Your Spook On under events with a budget of $500.
I think Kim was seconding
Okay,
that there.
all right.
Awesome.
All in favor?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the budget as amended will be presented at the AGM. And really that should be part of the motion. Unless we need a second motion for that.
I think you're just gonna
Yeah.
present that to the.
Yeah. We have the budget as amended and
Yep.
it's
It'll
just
go
a
forward
note
to the
that
AGM.
it will go forward to the AGM.
Yep.
Okay. Now, that takes us to the end of general business, so we typically have another motion to receive all of the reports under general business. Okay, that's Zach, seconded by Kim. Do you want to second that one? I will.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And all in favor?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, okay, and now correspondence. So I think it was about almost a month ago, I did receive Zach's resignation letter as treasurer, but I believe it's also from the board. And this is for a happy reason, because Zach is moving professions. It leaves us in a place of sadness, unfortunately, but we're very happy for Zach. And I need very much to have a co-signer for checks, and that position is treasurer. And I am hoping that, and we'll make a motion to nominate Sarah to be treasurer. And I would hope that Kim would replace Sarah's position on the executive committee as vice chair. Now, we all need to help our treasurer. It's a huge job, but we can make it a lighter job if we're all involved. Primarily, without a signing official, Zach is still signing until the end of November. But that's when his resignation takes effect. But after that date, I need somebody to sign checks with. So first of all, I would like to ask Sarah and Kim if they would take those positions. Sarah as treasurer, she would remain as acting secretary to take minutes, and Kim would take the position of vice chair.
Sure.
I am happy to accept the position as a check signer.
Yes,
Check signer only.
right.
So you
Okay.
need somebody to take minutes. Is
I
that-
will take minutes and sign checks.
Yeah,
I didn't want to have anything to do with the
Vice
budget stuff.
yeah. So the budget stuff has to be a responsibility of the entire executive. The executive is made up of the chair, the vice chair, the treasurer, and the secretary. So that's the three of us. And Ryan, we usually have he's very good at spreadsheets and accounting, so we always have him around to help us out. But he can't officially take any of those executive positions. It's my understanding that if Melissa does come on our board, she does not want to assume the position of treasurer, and that would be unfair to her at this late stage in our term. So this would likely remain to the end of 2026, but I want it to be a joint responsibility of the executive to take care of the treasury. We do have the help, obviously, of our finance committee or not our finance committee. That's the same three of us and Ryan, but the finance department here on staff. But we can.
Promise it's not as bad as it was.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I think what it would mean is that we would take responsibility for filling out forms that Zach has been filling out for us. So if somebody has to be reimbursed for their expenses, such as Kim for Christmas in the Village, that would be Kim's responsibility to fill out the forms. And I'm happy to bring in the requisition forms to finance staff. I'm happy to do that. And I'm happy to pick up the checks and get them delivered. I just need somebody to sign them with me. So I'll take a lot of the brunt of this. I just but primarily need somebody handy to sign the checks, and Sarah is the handiest to me.
Yeah, happy to sign checks.
Okay. All right,
So I think you just need a motion.
we need a
to
motion.
Nominate Sarah Cooling
I-
as treasurer and nominate Kim Blackwell as vice chair.
That's the motion I am making. I'm nominating Kim as vice chair, replacing Sarah, and I'm nominating Sarah as treasurer.
I'll second
Thank you.
Okay.
And all in favor? Okay. Done. Before we adjourn, I would like to ask that our next meeting be at 8 p.m. a.m. rather, on whatever date that is in
December 11th.
It's just easier for our deputy mayor to attend meetings. And I think also for the rest of us, primarily we were accommodating Zach's issue with his,
it.
yeah. So, and Zach won't be at that next meeting, but hopefully Melissa can be. Is 8 okay? 8 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can come regardless of whether or not you apply to be on the board, which we hope that you will do. And if you do wish to apply to be on the board, I think that is a phone call to, or an email to Cindy Page.
There's an application, yeah, then, and we can send you to submit an application and goes through to Cindy Page.
I don't know what those forms are.
They're online.
She must have. Just
What?
on the township website.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can send you the link.
Okay, that would be wonderful.
And then I think it has to go to council, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And it might be next year before you're formally approved by council. But in the meantime, we would love to have you at our meetings.
I think I did 2 or 3 meetings so far. It wasn't
Yeah.
official.
Yeah, you just can't vote. That's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
happy to have you speak. Normally, that's not the case unless you're a delegation, but we're hoping that you will be becoming a director on the board. Then, of course, we like to hear what you have to say.
Sure.
And we're very, very appreciative of Mill Valley's use, allowing us to use the venue for our AGM. I don't know where we would be otherwise. It's difficult.
It's a right location.
Yeah, okay. And you and I will be in touch between now and next Wednesday, I think it's the day, 26th. Yeah, okay.
Sounds great.
Thank you for coming. We will adjourn this meeting as of 9:56. Very good.
Just give me a minute. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.